Please give it up for Sashir Zameda.
Hello, hello. Oh man, I'm glad to be here. My boyfriend and I just celebrated our 2-year anniversary. Thank you. Thanks. I think we'll give it another 2 years before we call it quits. It's hard. Relationships are hard. And I know they take a lot of work to be healthy and successful, but I feel like I'm doing most of the work because I'm fixing him. And I don't want to be one of those girlfriends that's like, I need to change my man. I need to fix him, because I love him the way he is, but everything he does is wrong. So I need to change him. I like for people to take their shoes off when they enter my home. And he does that for the most part, but sometimes he forgets. And I have wood floors and a big rug in the middle of my floor. And we were trying to leave my house, and he goes, "Babe, I have my shoes on, but don't worry, I'm on the rug." And I was like, what logic are we working with? When he saw the wood floors, did he see lava? Like, what? And I explained to him, "Babe, I'm not trying to protect my wood floors from your rubber soles. I don't want people to track dirt into my house because that gives me more to clean." And he looked at me like I was explaining new math to him, like that never crossed his mind. And I can't tell if I'm fixing him for me or for his next girlfriend. Because if we break up and he dates somebody else, he's gonna take his shoes off at the door. And she's gonna be like, "He's so clean. He's so conscientious." No, bitch, that was me. I did that. If you're dating someone and you think they're Mr. Perfect and they're doing everything right, you should thank all the exes who came before you for all the hard work they put in. Anything that a guy does that's considerate, it's because at one point in time he made a mistake and some woman yelled at him. And if you're not laughing, it's because you're currently being yelled at. And you're welcome. I feel like when I was younger, I would see a lot of scenes in TV shows or in movies where the female protagonist would find a stray hair that didn't belong to her in her bedroom or in her house, and that's how she knew that her significant other was cheating on her. But I feel like I can't use that test today because I feel like my whole person and my whole apartment is just constantly covered in white girl hair. And I don't want to make any stereotypes like white girls always be losing their hair, but why aren't we talking about this more? It's everywhere. On my shoes, in my coats, in my hair. And I have white girlfriends, but we're not wrestling around with each other all the time to make this happen. I found a long strand of blonde hair on my boyfriend's coat, and I was like, who could this belong to? And I was like, oh, he walked outside today. Literally anybody. I like talking about race in my sets because I like to make a room feel comfortable. And I find that not a lot of people like that. And I get it, makes people feel uncomfortable sometimes, but sometimes I do shows and I can like literally hear assholes tighten up, just like, you know, make her stop. But I won't. But I don't think race is such a touchy, taboo topic that we can't discuss or laugh about. Like, we should be able to ask questions. Like, how else are you gonna know if something's offensive? I remember talking to a fellow student in college who lived in my dorm. She was a foreign exchange student from Korea. I don't remember which Korea, but that's not important to the story. And she kept asking me if I knew certain people. She was like, do you know John? And I was like, no. And she's like, do you know Shayna? And I was like, no. And I'm not sure what tipped me off, but I started to wonder if she was only asking me if I knew black people. So I asked her, I was like, are you only asking me if I know black people? And she goes, yes. And I was like, do you think I know all the black people at this school because I'm black? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, you can't do that. That's a stereotype. You can't assume we all know each other. That'd be like if I assumed that you knew all the Korean people here. And she goes, I do. And I was like, never mind. It's a good thing we kept talking. If that conversation had ended 2 sentences before that point, I would have left being like, that racist piece of shit. And she would have left being like, what's wrong with this antisocial black girl? She's not hanging out with her friends. I think we should be talking about this stuff. Like, I hate when people are like so progressive that they cross the line into being offensive, like when they just ignore everything. Like, I hate when people say things like, I don't see color. So offensive. First of all, it's a lie. You can see color. Even if you're colorblind, you can see shades. And when I hear someone say that, what I'm hearing is them say, I choose not to see injustice, or I'd rather not be bothered with the information that some people are treated differently because of the way they look. And that's not helpful to anybody. It'd actually be helpful if you did see color and recognize how different people are treated. Yeah. There were these protests in South Africa a few months ago with university students, and some of the students were black and some of the students were white, and the kids who got beat up and arrested by the cops the most were, of course, the black students. So what the white students did was they put themselves on the perimeter of the protest and used themselves as a human shield, like a Caucasian force field. Because they knew the cops wouldn't hurt them and they wouldn't break through to hurt anybody else. And it worked. That's the end of the story. It just worked. They saw color, created a reverse ho-ho, and saved their friends. It's beautiful. And that's what I want people to learn. You can use your privilege to help other people. I use my boyfriend's privilege all the time. He's white and very sorry about it. And if I ever want a cab late at night, I just send him out into the street and I'm like, babe, put your arm out. And then I go crouch behind a bush. And then when a cab pulls up, he opens the door, I fly in, I say, Black Lives Matter, and we go home. It's like, I don't want him to feel bad about his privilege. I want him to get us a cab. I was talking to a guy in a bar recently, and I was just listening intently to what he was saying, but I guess my face fell into a neutral pose because he called me on it. And he goes, oh, you must suffer from resting bitch face. Has anyone gotten that? It sucks, right? I hate that term. I hate that that term even exists. Like, if a woman's not smiling all the time or looking happy all the time, she looks like a bitch. Which is also crazy because I know what my face looks like when I'm being bitchy. I look like this. That's my active bitch face. So to say my resting face is bitchy is an outlandish claim. Also, my face is resting because it's tired. It's so tired from smiling all the time, or being told to smile all the time, or waiting for my turn to speak in a room full of men, or apologizing for things that I'm not actually sorry for, but my speech is conditioned in a way to think that I need to be apologetic for taking up space. It's tired. Let it rest. And I wanted to explain all this to the guy I was talking to, but I didn't want to prove his point by being a bitch about it. So I just said, oh, that's so funny that you say that. This whole time we've been talking, I noticed that you had resting rape face. Ended that conversation very quickly. All right, thank you guys, bye-bye.
The Sheer